This is section, or this chapter 4-2. Ooh, that is really bright. 4-2. I had a mosquito on me hunting last time. Yeah. All right. All right. Standard form of quadratic function. Let's pay attention here. Standard form of quadratic function. The standard form of a quadratic function is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's called the standard form. All right? Part of this is what we're going to use to figure out what where our axis of symmetry is. Remember, on x squared, it always creates a graph like this. The same happens, whatever your largest exponent is in your equation is really the type of graph it's going to start creating. All right? Yep, 4-2. No, I don't have them messed up at all. Here's what I kind of changed up what I'm doing. Each section is there, and I'll go over this with you later, what's going to happen next week, because that will be important as to what's happening next week. This is the coefficient. That a is the coefficient in front of the x squared. The b is the coefficient in front of the x. Yes? No. Yeah, I'm going through the assessment. Don't worry about it. Let me continue on. That's fine. I know. I switch things up once in a while. All right. We're going to find you worked on axis of symmetry on your last assignment. Okay? This is how we figure out the axis of symmetry. We take a look at the a coefficient here, we use this one, and we use the b coefficient. And the formula for that is axis of symmetry for the x is going to equal a negative b over 2a. All right, so if we were going to use an example, let's say we're going to use an example like 3x squared, y equals 3x squared plus 2x plus 4. My axis of symmetry for the x value is going to be x equals a negative b, here's my b, negative 2 over 2 times a, 2 times my a, which would equal negative 2 over 6, or negative 1/3. That is, for this equation, that's where the x is going to, that's the x coordinate for our symmetry line. All right? In order to figure out, what was that, Nick? No, negative 1/3. Okay? So now we have figured out that x equals a negative 1/3. What would be my y value? This is where we're going to create our vertex. Okay? We're going to find the y coordinate is going to be the point where the vertex is at. So we're going to plug this negative 1/3 back into here and come up with a y value. Actually, it isn't very clean. I don't like the way this is coming out, but I'm not going to go do it. All right? But this would give me, if I figured it out, I could figure out my y value, and I'd have y equal to something, so I'd have 1/3, negative 1/3, and then whatever my y is over here when I figured it out. Do you understand what I just did there? I plugged that x back into, I'd plug it back into here, and I'd figure out what my y value is, and then that would be my vertex on my graph. The x is going to be, yeah, it isn't very clean, is it? I'll let you guys, I'll let you guys work on this, and we're going to go back and do an example. We'll actually do this example, and it'll come out clean. Yes? Where what goes? Where? This one right here? This is my b, which is 2, right? And I'm going to negative b over 2 times a. Here's my a. I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you here. We're gonna do a this example here. I'm gonna just kind of pull it off to the side. All right. We're gonna say y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. Remember that our x is a negative 2 or negative b. So negative b over 2a, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to figure out what is our x value, Preston. Yes, stay with us, buddy. That's why you have difficulty. You got to concentrate this way, all right? So I'm going to figure out what my x value is. My x value for this is going to be a negative b, which is 8, over 2 times 2, my a value. Okay? 8, say it? 8? 8? A? This is my A, this is my B, this is my C. All right? This is first we're going to find our axis of symmetry. And then we're going to come back and find our vertex. So my axis of symmetry is around 2, where x equals 2 is my axis of symmetry. So I'm looking here where x equals 2, right here. This is going to be my axis of symmetry. That's what I just figured out. Next thing I'm going to figure out is where is my vertex? Where does this puppy do this? Where's this point down here sitting? We go y equals 2 times 2 squared. I'm just plugging 2 back in for the x right here. All right, minus 8 times 2 plus 5. 4, 8, right? 8 minus 16 plus 5. We've got a minus 8 minus 3. That's a 5 there. Minus 3. So we know that at 2, we go down 1, 2, 3. Right there is our vertex. See where our vertex is at? Where y equals on this axis of symmetry. We know our graph is going to end up going up this way. Well, you should have to graph it. Do you have to be totally accurate? If I was to do a T on this, if I was going to do a T-chart on this, what numbers would I put in? I've got 2 here, right? I'd try 1 and I'd try 3. I would try 0 and I'd try 4. And see, you could. I mean, it's going to give you an idea where it's going. Use 4 points, it's still guesstimating above it. You know, you're going to see where it's going to go. All right? And then you figure this out. If I put 1 in here, it's going to be 2 minus 8 plus 5. It's going to be negative 1, right? Mm-hmm. So it'd be like negative 1 right here. And then if I bet, oh, that was, yeah, I'll put 3. That was 1. 1 would be here, be negative 1. 3 is going to be right here. So you know you're going to see this kind of shape coming up. Okay? That's how you're going to graph it. But the key to this is this right here. This gives you your vertex. It also gives you your axis of symmetry. All right? This is the key thing to remember and learn, and what that does. You know what it does? What does it do? What does it do? What does this tell me? What does this tell me right here? Axis of symmetry. That's where it spins around, on that axis of symmetry. Okay, if you think of it that way, it's spinning around that axis, like that ball. And it also, if you plug that back into the equation, what's it going to give me? My vertex. It's going to be my x, y value. It's going to give me this point right down here, Preston, when I plug that back in. Cool beans. You guys are pathetic. You're bad. All right, same thing. All right. So, you guys are doing snort wheezes while I'm going to figure out you're going to do all 16. Do evens. Do evens. Graph the parabola. Yeah, just do the evens here. Label your axis symmetry. And also you're going to need vertex on the next one. Go on the next one.